Hey, it's New Music Friday, and that means we got to talk about one thing and one thing only. That's right, it's new music. And we're going to start off with a record that I wanted to talk about last week. I just did not have the energy to make one of these. And you know what? That happens sometimes. We are going to start off with the album Debts by Scabb. 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 Anyway, Scabb, also known as Sam, is a Kansas City hip hop artist. The way I knew him was flipping burgers for a Kansas City based pop up called Chivo's, which Sturdy Boy is one of the best sandwiches in the city. All that aside, Scabb on this record, Debts, and created just a really great hip hop record. It, the samples on this thing, the beats, the whole vibe, especially the rapping, they're incredible. They're top notch. The record was so good that actually it inspired me to make another video where this is just for the future, but I'm gonna talk about like the best releases to come out of Kansas City this year, because you know what, I don't talk about them enough. We have a lot of damn good music, including Debts. There's so many quotable bars on here. All Chin Crimson. It's a lock. Don't know you nothing. This is me for now. Damn right. Oh my gosh. He had the club jumping when he was playing that track. So yeah, I think if you're interested in someone new and someone who I have a hard time even finding other artists to compare them to, because I think Scabb is just doing such a good job of being so unique, so on the forefront of the stuff, in rapping over just incredible beats, just writing incredible bars. And you know what? He's nuts with it too. All this shit comes just straight off the head. He's basically freestyling all this stuff. He's so good. Wrote it in the car on the way to the studio, essentially. So you got to check this record out. It's so good. I've talked about it enough, but thank you. And while we're on the topic of hip hop, let's talk about the new McKinley Dixon album, Magic Alive. McKinley Dixon is a Chicago-based MC who came out with an incredible record 2 years ago, jazz rap, really orchestrated type stuff. We're back in that bag. We're back in the jazz rap bag, if you can believe it. And yeah, it's great stuff. Of course it is. And the band that is playing behind McKinley Dixon, super solid. You'd be hard pressed to find somebody who's rapping over a backing band who sounds this good. Really enjoyed a lot of the features on the project, including the song All the Loved Ones featuring Ice Cold Bishop and Pink Sifu. Great song. So if you like a little jazz rap, if you like a little conscious hip hop, then hey, maybe you should check this out. It's a great record. Next record we're going to talk about, by Frankie and the Witch Fingers. This is Trash Classic. Previous to this album, I would have said, oh, if you like King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, check out Frankie and the Witch Fingers. And that's true for their older stuff. If you look at the album Zam, that's like a psych rock album. Frankie and the Witch Fingers sounds much more like OCs on this new album. They're doing sort of an electro punk kind of vibe, and you know what? It sounds great. They're really the band's just so good. When you're making good music and you have good musicians, it's incredible the things you can do. And that's what these guys are doing. They're just doing a whole different vibe on this album, but it sounds great. They even maybe kind of start to sound like early Devo on some of these songs. Yeah, I felt like listening to this record, I felt like I had just gotten a little jolt from the electrical outlet, a little, shock back to life. And it's good. It's good stuff. Maybe if you have a lot of energy, this is something you want to put on and you want to just keep, vibrating. I don't know. And an album that is basically the exact opposite of the one that I just told you about, Purelink, with the album Faith. These dudes, I believe it's a trio of musicians here, are combining these sort of dub and techno influences circa the early 90s, late 2000s. So very ambient, very lush textures on the electronics here. But it comes together so smooth. It really does sound like it's like really well orchestrated type stuff. And there's one track that features a vocalist, and she's incredible. Then there's a second track, the title track, Faith, which features a spoken word passage, which was nice. I enjoyed it. It's something to kind of break up otherwise what would be just sort of like a really mellow, chill ambient record, and I thought it was really good. So yeah, maybe you should check that out. 2 albums, I'm just going to do these really quickly. 2 albums that I really don't need to tell you about. You've probably heard that these came out. The new one from Addison Rae and the new album from Turnstile. I liked both of these records. Actually, weirdly enough, I liked the Addison Rae record more than the Turnstile album, and I was really highly anticipating that Turnstile album being amazing, and it's good. I just didn't live up to the hype that I put behind it. I was really excited for like Glow On Part 2, and this doesn't necessarily reach that same high. On the flip side of that coin, Addison Rae, who I've never really been impressed with. Frankly, I thought she was kind of annoying, and I'm sure she does not care that I have that opinion of her. But I think this new record is really good. I think it's really solid all the way through. The only track that kind of gave me a little pause was Aquamarine. And other than that one track, I really enjoyed the rest of the album. Was there something that I missed? Was there an album that you thought, oh, I know, he's going to talk about this one? Nope. Anyway, I'm going to be at Bonnaroo next week. If you want to come by, I don't know, comment or message or something, and maybe we can hang out or meet up or something. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, see you later. Take care. Have a good weekend, and bye-bye.